Hey guys, so today I'm here with the RedRock 4x4 Spare Tire Relocation Bracket fitting all 2018 and newer JL Wranglers. So if you've added a larger wheel and tire setup to your Wrangler, or you're looking to do so and you're looking for a little bit better fitment for the larger wheel and tire setup, this option by RedRock is going to be a very affordable solution to that. So the carrier relocation bracket is going to move your factory spare tire carrier up about 2 inches and move it out about 1 inch, which will allow a better fitment for a larger wheel and tire. It is also going to be very strong, made of a steel plated construction, and it's going to have a textured black powder coat finish on top, which is going to add a more aggressive look to the carrier setup, and it's going to ensure that this is going to hold up for a very long time. So I would like to mention that this is not going to be a heavy duty tire carrier. So this is only going to relocate your carrier for better fitment. If you are looking to add a larger wheel and tire and you want a little bit of reinforcement to your tailgate, I would check out some reinforcement options. However, this is just going to adjust the fitment of that larger wheel and tire setup. So again, this is going to be very affordable at roughly $65, making this one of your most affordable solutions for better fitment on your tailgate. Other options are going to usually consist of something very similar to this if you are only looking to relocate that spare tire. However, more expensive solutions are usually going to involve a full tire carrier themselves, or will also involve the reinforcement brackets for the tailgate hinges like I mentioned before. So again, if you are looking for a very affordable and very easy solution to relocating your spare tire to accommodate a larger wheel and tire setup for your factory bumper or aftermarket bumper and your tailgate, this option is going to be a great choice to take a look at. So install is going to be very easy at a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. You're only going to need a couple of basic hand tools to get the job done. So speaking of the install, let's jump into that now. The tools that I used for my install were an impact wrench, a T40 torque socket, a 13mm deep socket, 1/4" drive ratchet, and a trim removal tool. So our first step is to take off our spare tire, but we have to take off the backup camera cover first. So I have a T40 torque socket. You can just unlock that, pull straight back, put that to the side, and then depending on your lug nuts, we can go ahead and remove those 3 on the back. We have a 6 spline, so I'm going to use our key, but for the stock lug nuts, you'll be using a 22mm deep socket. Once that 3rd lug nut is off of there, what we can do is remove our spare tire. Next, we're going to head inside our tailgate and take off this back trim piece. You're just going to need a trim removal tool. We can just pry up the side here. It's just held in by a couple of clips. So the reason why we have to do this is because we just have to disconnect our wiring harness so we can fully remove our spare tire carrier. Once that's taken off, we can disconnect these 2 top plugs. So we can just press down, pull back. Right, and then we can close up our tailgate and come back to that later. So now that the wiring harness is disconnected, we can pull this grommet just to make sure that these don't get damaged in the process. Now we can grab a 13mm socket and remove the 8 bolts that are holding on our spare tire carrier. Just make sure with this last bolt that you have a hand on your carrier because it will come off. Next, we can mount up our relocation bracket. We can line this up with our factory location and take our factory bolts and start to thread them into place. Now once you have a couple of bolts in, it should stay in place for you. Next, we can take that 13mm socket and just hold this up against the tailgate and tighten it up. What we can do now is line up our carrier with our new bracket and thread our provided hardware, which is the lock washer, flat washer, and bolt into the welded nut on our bracket. We can do the same thing that we did with our bracket and just thread everything in first, make sure everything's in place, and then we can tighten it up. Now with that 13mm socket, we can go ahead and tighten up our hardware to our bracket. Last but not least, we can run our wiring harness back through our tailgate and reset our grommet here. Then we can head back inside our tailgate, plug our harnesses back in, make sure they click, set the red locking tab, take our trim piece, line that up, give it a good press. Now we're ready to reinstall our spare tire. So that's gonna wrap it up for my quick review and install. Make sure you like and subscribe, and for more videos and products like this, always keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.